Hi, Jim Howard here, publisher for Morgan James Publishing, and thank you for tuning in and supporting our 2020 Spring Summer edition of our book launch. And today we have Angela Yousey, and Angela and her husband Chris have written the book Creating Unity, the guide to leading a marriage support group. So Angela, thank you so much for taking the time today to talk with us.
Thank you.
Oh, we're excited. And this is such an important topic. And with what's happening today, I can't imagine a better time for something like this to be out in the public, because we see the transition with COVID. We see all of the people working from home, and I hear my friends saying, I don't know if I can do this another month working at home and working with
Right.
the kids and the parents. So there's unimaginable amounts of stress that are in relationships today. So I think this is a very
Sure.
important topic. So first of all, you know, I'm sure some of that is why you did it, but why did you write this book?
Yeah. Well, we have been helping marriages for almost as long as we've been married because of the dynamics of our family. People would always come to us and ask us questions about how do you make this work? How do you keep your unity? And you can only help so many people in 7 days between two individuals. So we just decided that it was something that we felt we really needed to put in book form so that we can reach more people.
Mm, yeah. And so you talked about, this comes from people asking you how you guys did it. So how did this all work for yourselves?
Well, okay. So my husband and I, we have been married for 27, almost 28 years now. And
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. And when we got married, I had been divorced through a terrible divorce, drug addicted husband, and I moved to the city where we live in. And so I had one son, and I had full custody. And then he had the exact same story, and he had moved to back to the city in Columbus, Ohio, and he had custody of his son, and they were the same age. So when we got married, we had to blend two families from all kind of different issues and backgrounds, and different race, and that's why it's so important right now to share our story even more, as you stated, because people can get along, and people can actually cannot look the same, and actually make it work. So we did, and we just did it because we were unified. We were determined to stay unified. And I tell you, God just blessed our home, blessed our children. And so we wanted to spread the word that couples in marriage actually can live together and be unified and not just exist, but there is a happy marriage in store if you're willing to put in the work.
Wow. And that's the key, is putting in the work and trusting and loving and showing all of those
Absolutely.
kindnesses and making sure that you're doing the hard stuff to get to the good stuff.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
And you guys are a testament that it works. That
Thank
is
you.
amazing, being able to do that in a family. So how have you seen the steps in your books change lives?
Oh, yeah. Well, once we wrote the book, we transitioned from working one-on-one with couples to doing more groups, more conferences, still doing one-on-one sessions. But it has just been the most incredible journey. Every single day we're working with a couple, except for the weekends because we have to take a break. But every single day we're working with couples to restore marriages, and it is our mission, and it's a beautiful journey. Since the book, I don't even know how many new clients we've had. It's just been, people are hungry and they're desperate for answers. And when they come in one way, and they just think this is going to be the end of it. And then they walk out of the door, and they have hope, and being able to restore hope and walk them through the process, because a lot of people can give you, rules and regulations on what to do, what not to do, but it's how do you implement it? How do you actually use those tools that are put in your toolbox? So we walk alongside of them and give them some accountability, help them to develop new habits in their relationship. And it's just been incredible because it's proven to be productive. And it truly does take a village, not just for our children, but for each other. So this is where our mission is.
Awesome. That's incredible. Now, would you say um, that your book it would be more for maybe a young couple starting out, or maybe a couple that's been together for a while, and is in that, that 7 to 10 year range where things start really getting tricky and you see that those real struggles, or maybe even past that as people are starting to figure out what that next phase is, or is it an all of the above?
It is absolutely all and the above. So we had, for example, last night we had a couple who had been married for 30 years and they came. And then we had another couple the day before. They've only been married less than a year. And because it's principles. And what we found is the couples that have been married for a long time, they either never learned the tools and just said, oh, well, this is just the way it's going to be, or they put those tools in another toolbox somewhere and they don't know where that box is. So, just kind of reintroducing them to the tools that we teach. And also then the new couples, we want to give them a good start so that they don't have to come back when they're married 30 years and try to fix things. So it's really beautiful on either spectrum of it. It's so rewarding. And we don't even, people who have been married longer than us, it's not something that people can say, well, I've been married for 50 years or 30 years. I don't need this. Yes, everyone could use a refresher. So why not? It definitely can't hurt. So I respect those couples that have been married for a long time and still say, you know what, we want to make this even better.
That's outstanding. And myself, I've been married for 32 years this year, and I can tell you,
Congratulations.
we, and the thing is you are 100% right. Even if you
Yeah,
are, doing the work and you're staying together for a long period of time, you always find, and this is what we found, is that as age comes, we change, and sometimes that change
absolutely.
changes in the dynamic of the relationship. So, like you
Absolutely.
said, 32 years, my wife and I are still looking at how can we
Yeah.
make this work? How can we keep this growing and not just staying, but building? And that's what I loved about your book. And,
Thank you.
first of all, just taking the time and the effort to share your journey, what you've learned over your years in marriage and relationships and building that family unity and creating unity, as you said, and being willing to share that with other couples on their journey. That is so
Yeah.
worth it, and what it's all about. So thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
And if you guys are watching this, and you heard it here, if you're starting out, getting ready to get married, starting out in marriage, been married for a little bit and is starting to get those hard spots are starting to hit, or you've been married for a long time and you just need a little bit of a boost, this book
Yeah.
is for you. You can get your copy of the book anywhere books are sold. So make sure you get a copy of Creating Unity, the Guide to Leading a Marriage Support Group. Angela, how can people get in touch with you if they've seen this video and they want to connect, or if they've read the book and now they want to get more involved with what you're doing outside of the book? How can people contact you?
Sure. They can go to our website, which is www.therealmarriage.com, or they can reach out to us on Facebook, which is The Real Marriage with the Youseys. And it's Yousey, and we would love to connect.
Outstanding, outstanding. Well, thank you, Angela, for taking the time today to talk with us, and for writing your book to support couples in marriage. And thank you, everyone out there who's watching now. Go get a copy of this book. Reach out to Angela. It'll change your marriage. It'll change your life.
Thank you.